Welcome once again to the latest edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews online. As always, I do thank you for taking the time to watch my videos, which hopefully you do find informative. And when you go to your local bookstore, you will seriously consider the book that I'm about to review for you right now. And the book is Karl Lagerfeld, A Life in Fashion by Alfons, Kaiser. This is published by Cernunnos and it retails for $23. Karl Lagerfeld was one of the biggest names in the fashion world. He created so many designs. He was part of many design houses, and he died several years ago. But his fashions and his name certainly live on. To say that Lagerfeld was controversial would almost be an understatement. There was a lot of controversy, even with his mother back in the Second World War. She, in many ways, was a German sympathizer, but she wanted, she liked Hitler because of his policies, his economic revival for Germany, and she really, followed everything that he said. But when it came to the rounding up of Jewish people, that's when she sort of pulled back, and she said she wanted no part of it because of his policies toward the Jewish race. Now, later, Karl Lagerfeld himself was very controversial too, because he had racist comments he made. He also was making comments against plus-size people. He did not want plus-size models as part of his runway or part of his fashions, even though the world was changing and plus size models were now part of fashion shows and part of fashion trends. So he really put himself into a corner at times by his remarks, but he was, maybe controversial, but he was still loved by the fashion world. Now, it was easy to recognize Karl Lagerfeld in a crowd with his shirts with the big collars, the big square type collars, his sunglasses, and his fingerless gloves. You definitely could see him coming a mile away. Now, in the book, the author looks at little known facts about his life. He talks about his personal life and the fact that, he was gay. That was a fact. But he kept his private life very private. And those that he was with, they really knew little about the men in his life. But that's not the main part of the book. The main part is his fashion. And he took quite a long time to really branch out on his own, because, as he said, he preferred working for other designers because if something went wrong, he couldn't be blamed. It was all part of the designer. So when he did finally branch out into his own line, he was basically the darling of the couture crowd, and he was part of many Paris runway shows. He rubbed shoulders with some of the top models of the world. He had his favorite models, the ones that he wanted for his show, and others he sort of shunned. So he was a very complex man in many, many ways. And in the book, right up to his death, he was still controversial. And this past season of the metropolitan fashion world, there was a big show in 2023 where he was honored, and what was honored the most was Chopette, his cat. He took the cat in for a friend, and he really didn't like cats that much, but he sort of grew to like the cat. And when the owner came back and wanted the cat back, he really didn't want to give the cat up. So finally the owner gave Chopette to Karl Lagerfeld, and he was so popular with Karl that he even opened up a bank account for the cat. So this is a really interesting book on many fronts. So if you're looking for the dirt, well, it's not all dirt. It talks about his life, Karl Lagerfeld, his life and times. So it's a fascinating look at his controversies, his genius, and the man himself. So that's the book I wanted to feature for you today. If you do go out and purchase it, please let me know if you do agree with my review. So until we meet again, stay safe, stay sane, stay in touch, and I will see you at the bookstore. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.